Dear friends, hi, welcome back to Alpha Physio Pelvic Care, all things pelvic health and beyond. If you're watching this video for the first time, my name is Anastasia Varova and I'm pelvic floor physiotherapist practicing pelvic floor physio in Cyprus and also online. And today, if you're watching this video for the first time, I will speak the most non-pelvic floor topic, however, we can still make it related. And I'm making this particular video because some of my clients have requested, and it is more related to my lifestyle rather than a regular suggestion for pelvic health, although it can be. And today I will talk about dry brushing. Dry brushing. This is something that I do for myself here for many years, and dry brushing is used for one particular reason, at least this is why I'm using it, is to improve lymphatic flow. Why do we need to improve lymphatic flow? Before I continue, make sure you press the like button on this video. Let me know if you have ever heard about dry brushing, maybe you're practicing it, if you ever heard about lymph or you're not even sure what it is, and let's talk about lymph. Is a system that kind of goes parallel to our vascular system, so our blood flow and our veins and arteries and so on. But lymph, it's a clear fluid that also detoxifies us, okay? It detoxifies us, it collects the lymph inside the lymph nodes, so this is a bit of more collection on the lymph nodes and fluids, and then through our different systems, it gets rid of it. We get rid of it through sweat, through urine, and if we have issues with that lymphatic drainage system, and I will speak in a bit why we might have issues, then we might feel like we put some weight, but it's not really fat. We might feel a bit swollen, literally, might feel a bit like bloated if it's around our tummy, and even feel heavy around our pelvic floor. And the reason is because there is, and the most lymph collection is around our neck here, closer to our armpits, and around our pelvis. The rest is kind of more lymph vessels, and then the collection of the nodes is here. And also lymph nodes are very important for our immunity, and this is why you also increase the inflamed lymph nodes when you get sick. Therefore, we would like this lymph to flow nicely, not to stagnate, to stand in one place, and also to go through the rest of the systems, the removal of the extra toxins through our exerting systems, through our urine, through our sweat. Trick with the lymph node, unlike the blood vessels that has its kind of own pump system, okay, even if we stand, the blood will pump because it has a certain valves that are closing. It has a heart that provides that pressure of pump and circulation. Lymph system does not have that pumping system, and it's solely relying on our movement. Also, the lymph system is not the one that is really deep, that you had to dig in. It's quite really superficial, okay? And the way it's cleared is through light pressure, touch, or movement, okay? This is why the whole Pilates thing, walking is great, breathing, okay? So when you breathe, the bottom and top lymphatic areas here are getting pumped, so movement. In addition to this movement, we can also help to move our lymphatic system through superficial stimulation of the skin and subcutaneous layers through dry brushing. So let me show you how I do my dry brushing. This is how I learned it based on physiology anatomy of the lymph, and this is how I'm going to show you. Now, I'm here dressed for obvious purposes, but I'm doing it completely undressed. The reason is, even if I'm having some kind of underwear, there will be pressure from the lines of underwear, and I don't want that pressure. You can be dressed in underwear, of course, if you want to. I suggest you don't, but it's not like a total must. We want our body to be completely free. you will see two versions on how to do it. And definitely we always start from the limbs, from the end, and we move towards the middle. Okay, so we want to collect everything, put it here in the middle in the collection of our lymph nodes that are later will get eliminated. You don't go opposite direction from the middle to the hands. This is a first no. We always come from the everywhere into the middle. Okay, remember that. Now, some suggest you start straight away from your hands. Some suggest we need to give a little stimulation to the main collection of the lymph nodes before we start. And this is what I do. I do give a little quick stimulation of my major collection of the lymph nodes, and then I do the whole process. So how do I start? I start usually from the middle here and then the top. So I start to stroke, and I'm not applying any pressure as my brush is landing. I'm just stroking here in my inner thigh, pushing the lymph into the collection around your pelvic area. Okay? So I'll do it maybe for 5, 6, 7 strokes. I'm not staying there for ages. If you enjoy the process, you can do it for a little bit longer. I don't do it too long, and the whole process takes me maybe 5 minutes, and I do it on the both sides. Okay? Inner thigh. Then I go here from my waist, hip bones, into the middle, into my belly. Okay? Again, this is where the whole collection is. And sometimes I even do round movements here. And then I go onto my pelvis and I do the round movements here. This one particular, I do it also for myself because I do have some back issues, and I do find, because this is a big collection of fascia, thoracolumbar fascia, and I do have back issues. It can be a bit stiff, painful. I do suffer from long-term back pain. It does really help me to ease off that back pain. But this is my own personal addition, okay? So I do stimulate this area here. You can do it if you do have some chronic pelvic pain around vulva, for example. You can try and stimulate the sacral area that supplies the area, and it might kind of alleviate your symptoms. All right, you can give it a go and see how it feels. So I did my towards the middle. Okay, now the top part, I have small tiny brushes for my face as well. They're soft ones, I forgot them, so I don't go with this rougher brush on my face. However, I will go on my neck, and again I'm going very gently all around my neck, pushing everything that I did with my face already with the smaller brushes, the soft ones, and I'm pushing it here, and I'm also stimulating here. I'm really stimulating the lymph nodes, all right? And here. Again, you can do it for a minute and a half. I'm just doing it quickly for the purpose of the video. So my lymph collections, is that correct even word, are stimulated, okay? I'm starting with my limbs. And here I would usually put my leg on a chair. I didn't get myself a chair, but I can go down as well. And I start to brush all the way with quite big strokes, to be honest with you. All right, I'll do it with the big strokes. So half of my leg is already done. And then I'm moving up. And I do it throughout all my body. It's a bit weird feeling in the beginning, I must say, when I did it, and felt quite rough on my skin in the beginning, but now I got used to it so much I don't even give it a second thought. Then I do the other one, doesn't matter left or right. Okay, I'll do it all the way throughout at the back. I might do the bottom cheeks a bit separately and up towards the middle. Then my hands, palm. Okay, I make sure I go through all my hand under my armpit. Okay, and I do push it into under the collar here, and I actually go around my breast as well. I do not massage my breast with this. Okay, it feels too rough, and this is breast tissues, not really necessary, but I will go a couple of times around. Okay, towards the middle. I stroke around towards the middle, maybe 3 times. And I do it on the second one as well. Now with the back, I cannot reach very well with the back, so as much as I can reach, I will massage from the shoulder up into my neck, and here I will again reach as much up as I can. Here you can either go down towards the sacral one, or you can try to kind of push it up into your under armpit and under the collar lymph nodes, whichever flows. Okay. All right, so this is how I do it. Now, how 100% it is scientific, I cannot exactly guarantee you, because all the guides you will see, it's mainly from the limbs into the middle, back, because this is area that you can't reach, whatever you can reach. If you have really limited shoulder movement, then you will probably even struggle to reach. So give it a go. I have this brush for many, many years. This is Clap Ionic brush, not an advert. This is not the cheapest brush on the market, but I had it for at least 4 years and it's still going strong. Of course, you can find another brush that you might like as soon as it's ergonomic, and some brushes are even with the stick, so maybe you can reach better for your back. Okay, with the stick will be doing great. And yeah, that was about the dry brushing that I practiced so many years. I think it's great for the skin. It exfoliates the skin as well, and it adds an extra boost to my lymph flow. Although I do exercise a lot for my work, I walk almost every day, 10K a day, which again, this kind of walking and breathing helps the lymph flow. And dry brushing is a part of my routine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if this is something you would incorporate in your beauty/health routine. And we will see you soon again. Bye.